Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Acronymic Adventures, the Guild campaign. I am your host, DM Chaos, and thank you, everybody, for indulging me while I had to take a break for personal reasons. My wife and I just had our first child. He's doing great.
Whoop, whoop.
Yeah, other than he's loud and so far today he's peed on me, he's puked on me, he's but that's normal for having an infant. Um, but it's been a while, so let's start with the recap. Does anybody want to do a recap? Does anybody remember what happened? Or are we gonna let's
I,
let the chaos dice decide
I was gonna say I don't remember how the session started, but I know
how it ended?
how it ended.
Well, it has rolled to Ali, so
All right, time for me to. It's been a while since I gave the recap. So,
Been a while.
last time on session 42 of the guild campaign, the group had finished their senior quests, and as part of that, they were gathering up, getting ready for graduation, and started talking about what they did throughout their senior quests, because they had to do it solo with some aid from other groups of individuals who were potentially not part of the uh, potential graduates. So we were able to, at some points, have help from the guild, but we basically had to do it all on our own. With that being said, Gwen recounted about her tale to the swamplands and was able to search for her first petitioner, the person praying to her as a goddess of swords and stones. She navigated through a lot of treachery and a lot of people hunting her down as a dryad elf, and eventually she was able to find the boy and then um, try to save him and his mother. During that time, she was able to successfully save them, deal with some Katoa, and then redeem the Katoa god by turning it good, thanks to convincing the other fish folk to pray at a certain way to make it more benevolent instead of malevolent. She then talked about how she returned back, had a completed good success, almost got captured by the queen of the region, but was able to escape thanks to Merlin. Then there was Raceland. Raceland recounted his journey to honor Faucovardi and how that was a little bit of a struggle since there was a pesky bearkin that kept intercepting his shots. He was still able to hunt the golden crab, deal with a rabbit folk hippie protester who was against the hunting, and was able to ultimately slay the giant desert golden crab with a combined effort from two of the other individuals. From there, he also got a pass. Boudica explained then her recap mission, which involved a lot of drugs. Had a lot of infiltrating an area. She befriended a giant eagle, and then was able to infiltrate the house that had potential eco terrorists. She was able to determine there was like one main mastermind, and after talking to a cat that was made a pact with, or was a person that made a pact with a jinn, found out a way to get the plans for the bomb and escape with it. She did put some octopus poison in one of the drinks for the leader to consume, and to her knowledge, the leader has been slain, died from the poison, and she was able to return with the designs for the bomb and ensure that the bomb was also dismantled. She also got a passing grade for it. Saltek then talked about how he was able to go through all the different requests from his patron and had a long journey going. Excuse me, had a long journey going through different parts of Heptagonia, from the Underdark to the mountain regions to other places, and was able to gain the favor of several of his patrons, unlocking different modes and weapons and shields part of his walking armament within himself. He was able to appease all of his patrons and thus also got a passing grade for it. Ali was the last to recount his story about his senior quest, and he talked about wanting to unravel the mystery that was haunting around the mysterious name that we kept seeing over and over again. Ali was able to do some research, found out about the Song of the Golden Crown, and the last king of the humans with House Martman for it. After finding out about the king's fate from Phelan, Solomon Phelan, the one with Phelan was here, he was able to uncover that mystery, which led him to an island called Mantrel. Ali tried to, or was able to successfully remove or free two people from a magic mirror and return with them to Centralia. However, he described how he was deceived by one of the women, the queen, and she helped with Ali as well as her son release all the evil individuals that were trapped also within the mirror, including one one godly being that had been referenced, or that Gwen recognized once Ali did a prestidigitation illusion of it, being Gwendolyn, Gwen's elven uncle. He was connected with several things with like the Dark Sun King and the Black Phoenix as well. Finally, the group, or Ali, also disclosed that he technically failed his mission, but was still going to be able to graduate based off of the facts and circumstances for it. And so it was. The 5 individuals of Orcall were able to go forward and have a discussion with one final discussion with the headmistress. And then finally, the group went and was undergoing the graduation ceremony. They were told to only equip certain items, basically with the traditions of the ritual. No armor, only one dagger, and whatever arcane foci that was allowed for the individuals, such as Ali's holy symbol, Boudica's holy symbol, Saltek's weapons that are a part of his body, and then Raceland's spell book, as well as Gwen's blood vial. The group entered the teleportation circle expecting to be teleported towards their respective main guilds that they were part of. But then an explosion occurred. Some treachery or some design. We saw the same evocation or volatile magicite that had been circulating Heptagonia through the Sandwich Bandit that was embedded in the teleportation circle. The explosion was tremendous, and we apparently appeared at the very edge of the Badlands. But more than just being wayward teleported, Saltek then began to disclose that his timer his biological clock was speeding up until it had hit 10 years into the future. On top of all that stress, trauma, and fear-inducing revelation, Ali and Boudica also looked up, and where Halo should have been, our homeland was missing. And that's where we cut off at the end of session 42.
Dun, 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 cliffhanger.
Cool. Does anybody have anything they would like to add, subtract, multiply, or divide from that? Ali, I have one question for you.
Sure.
What was the queen's name?
The queen's name, let me pull that up. Helena Martman.
I was writing it somewhere else that besides my notes for that section.
No worries.
And I just wrote Queen Mom, and that's not the right name.
Queen Mom.
Queen Mom.
Helena, Halena Martman.
Awesome. All right. So.
Oh, I guess 2 little things that I remember as far as like the racing thing part of it. I learned about a survivor from Mara known as Moran, I believe was the name.
Yep.
And that they had escaped from slavery. And Saltic had eaten that crab shell, and when he tasted it, he realized it was living metal. Both of those things are not necessarily relevant anymore, but I thought that they were interesting.
Or are they? Everything is relevant.
They will probably be relevant eventually. Also, what do we? I know we lost our magic items. Do we keep our clothes or weapons at all?
You have a dagger,
Oh,
your
the ceremonial
Shirt
dagger.
on your back.
the shirt on your back, and it's standard clothes.
Okay.
Oh, and that reminds me, on Saltek's quest, there was when he tried to visit his home, the wizard tower that the wizards who made him built, there was a force field around it, not placed by them, and it was like a trap. And something had like sealed it off, and he went to go warn the party, but obviously more pressing matters at hand.
Cool. Yeah. Anything else anybody wants to bring up, discuss, talk about, cry about, anything? All right. So, everybody roll me a d20.
First roll of the night.
Starting off strong,
is
just
happening,
like Saltek,
boys?
of course.
Oh my
Without
god!
our armor or our magic
What?
items, we can
I
no
would
longer
never expect any
roll.
less from
I
Saltek.
Boys.
Is this how you feel, or Ollie, when we do this in your game? You just look at the math and go, "What happened?"
Yeah, pretty much.
Boudica doesn't even put you guys. She puts you just over average, because the average would be no, not even over
No.
average, because the average would be 44 or 42, and you guys did not do that. You have 25. You're barely over 25%. Impressive. Hey, at least you rolled in order, so I don't have to go back and put you guys in order.
If we die, we die.
Don't
It
say
was
that.
a good death.
All right, Boudica.
I didn't do it.
You're not doing anything right now per se, but what is going through Boudica's mind right now after noticing that Halo's gone, realizing you're in the Badlands, that's probably as far away as possible from civilization, and it's 10 years in the future, and you literally have no equipment with you?
She's honestly trying not to freak out. She's trying to hold it together, but it's like it's not working. She's gonna start hyperventilating.
Roll a wisdom save to see if you started hyperventilating yet or not. You're holding it together pretty well right now. You're trying to be strong for Ollie. That
She's
could
like,
crack at any moment, but
she's like, it's okay. We can figure this out. We got this.
what is Boudica's biggest concern right now?
The fact that Halo is gone.
Okay.
She doesn't even care we're 10 years in the future. Halo's gone.
Right. All right. Any other thoughts that Boudica might be having right now?
She really wishes she had her backpack.
Makes sense. All right. We'll come back to you in a minute. Actually, before we move on, roll a perception check at disadvantage. Awesome. All right. We'll come back to what that means in a minute. Ollie, what is going through Ollie's head right now?
Oh, no, no. Okay. Oh God. Oh gods. Okay, and he's gonna just start praying to
Right.
Vidal and to even Gwen's mom, the goddess of time, to try to ask for a miracle and send them back in time to stop this horrible vision or this horrible predicament.
All right. Roll a wisdom save for panic.
All right, wisdom save for panic. 16.
All right. You're also holding it together, trying not to lose it for Boudica's sake.
Yep.
Roll a religion check with disadvantage because you're
Religion.
kind of praying to the universe and you're naming specific gods, but not staying there long enough to wait for a response.
13.
Okay.
That was a natural 20. Jesus.
It happens. All right. Anything else
That's
that
pretty
is
much
going
it.
through Ollie's mind? What
That's
and then go ahead.
Oh, sorry. That was pretty much it. Like, he is right now praying fervently for a miracle from either his god or the time goddess to try to set things right time-wise.
All right. And what is the biggest concern in Ollie's head? Is that the time difference?
Halo is gone, and the time difference, but Halo is gone. His homeland is gone. He doesn't know what's happened to the All Churches Alliance. If Halo is gone, does that mean there's a demon invasion? Something happened. The balance of power has shifted, and his parents are probably dead. So that's the primary, and then trying to go back in time to save whatever is happening to prevent it from happening.
Awesome. All right. Roll a perception check with disadvantage.
Perception, disadvantage. 21.
Nice. Ours were almost identical.
Right?
Perfect. All right. Anything else before we move on?
Nope.
To the next
He's
person.
just praying. He's on his knees praying.
Butterco grab his hand.
He gives
All
you
right.
a squeeze.
Perfect. Tender moment between the owls. Raceland. What is Raceland thinking right now?
Well, that's not right. Did we mess up the coordinates? And where the fuck is Halo? Well, I suppose I best be figuring something out. Scouting, yes. I should create myself a familiar hawk. Wait, I don't have any bloody charcoal. Where are my incense? I don't have anything, no I don't. Well, oh shit. I guess I best
right.
try to find some shelter and do some hunting. But I don't have a bow. And he keeps going back between fix it and how the fuck am I going to fix it?
All right. Roll a wisdom save.
Yes.
Perfect. Racelet is panicking. You see him picking up random pieces of driftwood from the beach and like seaweed, and you see him trying to make a bow and then realizing that's not going to work, and then he's rubbing sticks together trying to start a fire. He's using a piece of seaweed to cover his face right now. He is in full panic mode.
I don't have me bow. I don't have me trab. I don't have me Mara. I don't know what's going on. I'm trying to fix things, so I will. He's like flailing around with the seaweed.
And you don't have a scarf.
And where the
He
fuck
can't
is
hide
my
his
scarf?
face.
And his face is
can't
like
hide
all
his
beet
face.
red, and he goes for the hood, and there's no hood. He's just like, fuck!
Putting seaweed on his face.
All right. What is Raceland's biggest concern at this point?
So we'd finally experienced like a small glimmer of hope about being able to meet someone from Mara, and it
Mhm.
all got shattered. And even though elves live for a long time, like he doesn't know how long slaves live for, you know? So he's very concerned about anyone who might have been alive is no longer alive.
Gotcha.
He's also, of course, freaked out by Halo, and he's freaked out by the fact that he doesn't have his stuff and all of that too. But it's mostly Mara that he's thinking about.
Perfect. All right. Roll a perception check with disadvantage. I was going to give you yours straight because of your character, but you panicked.
Oh, I definitely panicked. Okay, use the perception.
Perfect. All right. Anything else that Raisin would be thinking before we move on to Saltec?
At this point, he's like just depressed and like drawing things with a stick in the beach.
All right. And Saltec. What is going through Saltec's mind?
Maybe not sheer panic. 10 years isn't much for him, but he's worried about what could have happened from the bombs and what else could have been, who else might have been harmed in the wake of that, where else it might have reached. Less concerned knowing that his group is here with him, but he knows what this kind of timeskip would mean to them, so he's worried for them for sure. In shock and worried about his magic items that he's lost. He can't help but think about that even in this dire hour. And worried about Halo missing from the sky, worried about possibly what might have happened to the Hetra Tower back in Thuwasha. And just trying to think of a plan on how to get back to the academy.
All right. Roll a wisdom save with advantage. I thought the 7 was with advantage at first. I'm like, okay, well, a 12. You're doing okay. You're thinking logically, and it's hard for a robot to panic,
Yeah.
but you're trying to piece things together and don't have enough information, which is like frustrating to you.
What are his voices doing at this point?
That's a good question.
They are also confused. You notice. They don't know what happened.
Are they all chattering at once, or are they
Yes,
kind of
I
quiet
imagine.
because they don't know?
They are. They're all kind of. There's a lot of chatter in his head, which is also not helping him think straight, which is making him more frustrated.
All of you, just one moment. We must plan. We need to make a plan.
All right. Is there anything else that's or Saltec would be thinking right now?
Probably not at the moment.
All right. Roll a perception check with straight.
There we go.
Perfect. You notice it first. I told you guys left in the morning. You look around and you notice it's evening. It's like twilight right now. Which in your logical mind is also concerning because that means you're about to be exposed at night. But one thing you do know is that sometimes in Heptagonia, it seems like night metaphorically rolls in like a blanket where you can almost see the darkness rolling in across the sky. And as you look in this picture and you look up, you can see on the left side the ends of the day and the darkness of night rolling in together.
Yeah.
And you notice a speck of the darkness break off and start coming towards you, but also a speck of the light that is receding, break away, and coming toward you.
All of you, find somewhere to hide.
Ollie
She
and
goes behind
Boudica,
this tree.
Boudica, you notice the dark speck. Ollie, you notice the light speck. Raceland, you notice them noticing something and then see them.
Ollie kind of like focuses on that. So Ollie sees the white speck but not the black speck. Boudica sees the black but not the white.
Right, you guys are facing opposite directions. So you see the white speck coming towards you. Boudica, you see a black speck breaking off from the darkness and coming towards you.
Okay.
And it almost seems like literally a piece of light is moving towards you, Ollie, and Boudica, a piece of pure darkness is moving towards you.
I'll get back to back with Ollie and be like, there's nowhere to go, guys.
Can
there's a tree.
Ollie make a religion check to see if he would understand what this portent would mean, or whatever this is?
You can. It will be straight.
Okay. Religion check.
Does it look like it's moving super fast?
16. Praise the 16.
It's not moving super fast, but it is moving unnaturally.
Raceland starts. No, sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Raceland uses telekinesis to gradually like dig a deep enough hole to like hide in the beach.
All right.
And then starts like coming back. Uses some of those reeds he was fucking with to try to like be able to breathe as he buries himself in the sand.
I guess Saltic will hide in the water.
Oh
Right,
yeah, you can just stand in there. It's heavy enough.
Ollie, you notice the light is moving, and your first thought is, "Oh, an angel's coming to help us," or something like that. Some celestial being is coming to help us. Boudica,
like Angel Man.
You see the dark speck, and you also see Ollie's face. And you glance back and see the light speck. By this point, you guys have seen both of them. And I'm going to message you something.
I just want to go home. Raceland's just hiding.
Well, Raceland's he's submerged himself.
Did you put the reeds over your face to be like, I could still see, but no one can see me. I am hidden.
Like those little spiders that just like shake until the sand falls on them.
Oh,
Exactly.
did you see that? Did you see the video of somebody that like did a voiceover of that?
No.
You know, I was thinking that, DM. I was thinking that same thing when you were talking about it.
That goes through your head. We're going to come back to that in just a second. Raceland, roll a survival check to see how well you've hidden yourself.
You got this, buddy.
Well, yeah, we'll see. I believe in you, Raceland.
You guys look over where Raceland was, and there's a pile of sand that slightly looks like it's messed up, but also
It's sand.
It's sand. Boudica, after thinking that, what do you say anything to anybody else?
I'll whisper it to Ollie, because obviously no one else is near me.
Right. He just saw Saltic just run into the ocean. Raceland disappeared. I'm assuming Gwen is in the tree.
Oh yeah,
quite well, probably.
Part of the tree.
Are you? By the way, are you gonna roll for Gwen to see if she was panicking or anything, or is she just like hiding in the trees?
I can do that real quick. Let's.
She just starts talking to the tree, hoping that it tells her something.
Yeah, I assumed. I was hoping that she would be here. I was trying to slow play it as much as possible for her. Let's let me open the campaign real quick.
I mean, let's be perfectly honest. She'd totally just be talking to the damn tree.
Probably.
She's like, screw you guys. So, tell me about your day.
Do you like the ocean?
I
Is
never
it
liked
nice
him,
here?
so I don't really care.
All right,
What's
wisdom
10
save.
years? 10 years isn't a big deal.
Gwen is not panicking at all,
Yeah, it sounds like Gwen.
and perception advantage. Yes, she is oblivious to what is going on behind her.
That's exactly what we're
That-
He
saying.
literally
that
is
sounds
talking to the
exactly
tree.
like her.
Good
It
job.
fits. She is literally talking to the tree. She's trying to get directions, figure out where you guys are. You guys, she hears you all panicking. She just keeps straight back to you. She goes, guys, calm down. The tree's talking, okay? Shh.
I'll grab Ollie's hand and be like, what if it's messengers from the twin goddesses? Dark and light, temperance in Argentina.
Temperancy in Argentina.
Argentina, yeah.
Argentina.
Fine.
The goddess
I don't know.
Argentina, known for
Not-
her wine.
Yes. Canon.
I mean, she's the goddess. Temperancy is the goddess of fate, creation, night, war. He says as he's looking at the black speck. And Argentina is the goddess of destiny, destruction, day, and peace. I prayed for the gods, but did not expect these two. But if it
Ollie,
is them,
make a
we'll
Are you
face
guys-
them.
Make a religion check.
Religion.
Also, are the moons in the sky at all?
26.
For the sake
Yes.
of my notes, are you guys are Boudica and Ollie just like on the beach open, or are you guys? hidden
Yeah,
out?
I mean,
Yeah, we
there's
didn't
nowhere to
move.
hide.
Okay.
There's nowhere to
Okay.
hide for us.
They're just standing there holding wigs.
I thought you might fly away or something.
No.
Ollie, you think about it for a second and you wonder if it is them. It disturbs you that they're both coming. Their portfolios are strange because they have their mother's portfolio and it was split in half, but it was distributed so that everything they have is counteractive to each other, but also to themselves. So you have creation and war, destruction and peace. Within individual portfolios that make them one of the harder gods to follow. You know, other clerics, like they have the least amount of clerics, not because they couldn't empower more people, but just because people find it hard to get behind one of them without getting behind both of them, and as a cleric it's hard to receive powers from two gods at the same time.
Gotcha.
So the fact that you see, if it is them, the fact that they would both be coming is very concerning to you. Because you know, in this world, fate and destiny often conflict with each other. Where fate being something that you can't control, and destiny being a grander purpose that you can achieve. And then the rest of them are obviously contradictory to each other. Day, night, war and peace, creation and destruction. So them coming together, just it feels, that worries you more at this moment than any of the other stuff that's happened.
Yeah, Ollie does kind of like squeeze Boudica's hand, and just like, well, we I always believed I would be destined for greatness, to do something great. The solo mission humbled me, but looks like we have two goddesses' attentions. If this is meant to be, it is meant to be. Fate.
Boudica, you can cast that spell. It doesn't hide you, it just creates a protective barrier around you.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Yeah.
All right.
And Ollie will finish his thought being like, what'll happen, what will be, fate. But how we face it will be our destiny. And he will wait for whatever those two things are to arrive.
All right. Is anybody else doing anything? You guys have probably, from the trajectory and the speed they're moving, you think you have about 30 more seconds before they arrive at your location.
I'm like literally encased in sand, so no. I'm breathing. That's what I'm doing.
Through a
Yeah,
straw.
Yeah, through a straw.
Yeah, I got nothing. I'll just watch.
All right.
I do find it hilarious. Saltic just underwater.
Saltek looks like an alligator. You just see the top of his head when the waves come down. You just see this like lizard face, draconic, just crawl.
Yep.
The little horns sticking up.
I'll just make the dome look kind of sandish
Okay.
I have
to kind of blend in.
This is like kind of a meta question about Tiny Hut.
Hmm.
Can Dispel Magic get rid of it? Because, or not?
Yeah.
You.
But other than that, it's like
Yes.
pretty much invincible.
Yes, the only thing that can go through it is dragon fire, or dragon breath weapons, or other breath weapons in general.
Gotcha. So Dragon Breath weapons, Dispel Magic, and otherwise it's pretty much invincible.
Yeah.
Cool.
Because it's magic proof and it's physical proof, but a breath weapon is neither.
Oh, interesting.
What is a breath
That's cool.
weapon? Is it matter or
that.
energy?
Foreshadowing.
Breath weapon in this world, it is a manifestation in that range. But it is not magic because it is a natural ability, but it doesn't have a physical form.
Would a
It is-
flamethrower be able to take someone out? I guess we don't have flamethrowers.
No, a flamethrower would not work on a hut because that is physical. A breath weapon is more of
It's like an ability.
it's the truest concept of like a fire breath weapon is the truest concept of fire.
Okay.
So it doesn't have a physical form, but it's also not magical. It just is.
It's like an aspect.
Yeah. And I know Ollie hates that answer.
Yeah, it's fine. It's your lord. That's I'm like, okay.
All right. So the time winds down, the dots get closer and closer, and then they land in front of the twins. And both of you guys, I need you to make a wisdom save at. I need everybody to make a wisdom save at disadvantage.
It's like an area-wide effect that's happening.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Rolled a 3 and a 4.
Natural
Sorry,
one.
Ollie. I love how your 11 is like a natural one.
Let's roll for Gwen. Yeah, Gwen failed too. All right.
Does it affect Saltek? He's like out in the ocean now.
Yes.
Because we're witnessing it, I think. It's not a spell effect.
Right. Raceland, you take the least brunt of it because you're not looking at it when it happens. But there's a flash of light and light that is black at the same time. And you see what looks to be two children standing on the beach in front of you.
Well, they're not creepy.
I've seen The Shining. Get that shit away from me.
I actually stayed at the place where The Shining actually happened. It was creepy.
It's crazy.
They stop and they look at you, and then they turn to the water and say, in unison, Saltek, please return to the beach. And then they both turn their heads without their bodies moving and look at Raceland and say, Raceland, please come out of the sand.
So
And then they look at
Creepy.
Gwen
And then
and
they
say,
hear this sort of muffled, no.
you feel compelled to do what they say.
So just to make
Okay,
sure I
he
got
gets
the
out of
mental
the
picture
sand.
right, their bodies are not moving, but their heads are basically doing an owl thing.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. And they know my name, which is not okay.
Right. And then they say, Gwen, dear, please come over here. Join the party. And she says apologizes to the tree for interrupting their conversation and walks over. They look at all of you guys and go, greetings. We are the goddesses, Temperancy and Argentina.
Wait, what were their names?
Temperancy and Argentina.
What do you spell that?
It's
they
in
are
the
they're
god list.
in the god list on
The very
D&D.
Oh, they're
bottom.
in the god list. Sorry, my
Yeah,
bad.
they're the very
Sorry.
bottom one, so as soon as you open it, they'll be there.
So just a not quick little question, DM. Do they look like how they normally appear? Like, because like in the god list, it shows them as like adults. Here they kind of look like children.
Or like
do they?
teenagers.
Oh, that's why I didn't recognize them.
Do they commonly
look.
like?
Yeah.
Yeah. So are they like age fluid, and like in the lore, or is this like should this also be an omen?
So you roll a religion check, and I'll give you advantage on it, and I'll let all of you guys roll one. All religion check with advantage.
All of us have advantage?
Yep.
That's 28.
Okay. It makes sense that Ollie and Bodica would understand this. Saltek, you kind of get it from reading about them. They, although are two separate goddesses, share a single divine spark.
Mm-hmm.
They were split at their mother was basically, her being was split in half by the other gods, and they were reformed from that essence. Ali, you would imagine that if they appear by themselves, their avatars would be stronger if one of them was to appear. But since they share a divine spark, that for them both to appear on the prime at the same time in the same place, they had to share that power, which is why they're appearing as children, since they couldn't form full avatars.
Awesome. That's really cool.
That's interesting.
At least that's how your mind interprets based on what you know of them.
Race on their hands, like, why the fuck are they children?
Rayson's like, these kids are creepy, and they know my name.
I
Where's
want
my
to drink.
scarf?
Where's my scarf?
Ollie will bow to them.
They are still the size of a Bodica, though.
Yeah.
We measuring by Bodicus, so.
Boudica is just a unit of measurement at this
I
point.
love it.
So Temperancy was goddess of fate, creation, night, and war, and Agitina is goddess of destiny, destruction, day, and peace.
Correct.
Just thought I'd throw that out there for anyone listening.
And you would know, all of you would know that Temperancy is the one with white hair, and Argentina's the one with dark hair. Nope.
Oh, that's interesting.
Other
So the one
other
with
way
light
around.
hair has the night, or Temperancy is
Yeah.
the
Temperancy is the blonde, and Argentina is the brunette, or Argentina is the brunette.
See?
so
I'm
so
not the only one.
Argentina is the one for day and peace, destiny and destruction, and then the blonde is the one for fate, creation, night, and war.
Correct.
Oh, cool. So they kind of look the opposite of what you would expect.
Correct.
I like that.
Their backstory is really weird. You would also know that they are, interestingly, their mother is the one who created humans.
Oh, weird.
And that was why she was split, was because she defied the other gods and created humans.
Interesting. And the ones who step outside of fate were created by the goddess of fate.
Right. She gave them because she didn't want her
She didn't want influence on
her
them?
gift to the world, her race that she created to represent her, to be influenced and solely dedicated to her power. So she made them immune from her powers. So the two look at you, and everything they do seems to be in unison. Greetings, heroes. I bet you are confused as to what is happening right now.
Also confused about the hero bit, but go on.
Indeed, we are.
I don't know if you have figured it out, but you were caught in an explosion of magic, and the goddess of time, under our direction, was able to move you to this point so that you were safely away from the devastation that followed that event.
We suspected something similar.
What happened to everyone that was in the room?
The explosion only took out the magic circle, so only you were directly affected by that magic circle.
You see her sigh with relief a little bit.
However, the chain of events that followed, many other things have happened. And I'm going to pause for a second there because I see Gwen logging in. And that way I don't have to say this twice.
So, Ollie, what outfit are you wearing?
I think we were just like white clothes. That's all we were allowed to wear.
Normal clothes. It could be any type of normal clothes. So whatever normal clothes you would be. So yeah, what kind of clothes are you guys wearing?
I mean, technically, like my clothes are not armor, so could I just like wear like what Ollie would normally wear, is like white and his blue cloak?
That's fine. Yeah.
Okay, because it's nothing magical about them. So
right. Nothing magical or enhances any abilities, including AC. Then yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, same with Boudica.
All right.
I'd be wearing like brown pants with a black tunic.
Okay. Does Saltek wear clothes?
I was just wondering that.
I mean,
I don't think
no,
I've
but
seen them.
he was built in like the image of wearing clothes. It's like a sort of hybrid armor / tunic, sort of Egyptian getup. Sleeveless, short skirt.
Perfect. And Gwen, are you on?
Yes, I am here.
All right. What would Gwen have worn during this if she was told to wear plain clothes?
Probably, well, Probably like what she was wearing in the group picture I posted.
Okay. Awesome.
Like a summer dress.
Like her leaf shorts and a vine top tank top.
Vine top. Okay.
Awesome. To catch you up, I did some rolls on your behalf. You did not panic with what was happening, and you went and talked to the tree on the map.
Why would I panic? Gwen wouldn't panic.
Right. That's what I figured. Gwen wouldn't panic, but Gwen was also completely oblivious to the blacks and white specks that were coming out of the sky towards the field. She was talking to the tree.
Okay.
But there were good specs, it seems.
Yes. I haven't gone over much yet. Temperancy and Agitina, the twin half goddesses of the old goddess of fate, have just appeared before you with their avatars that look like this.
Okay.
And their heads swivel like an action figure.
Yes, because when they were coming down, there was about a minute and a half, and so Saltic just ran into the ocean. And Raceland buried himself in the sand with a reed straw so he could breathe. Gwen was still talking to the tree and told everybody to be quiet because she was trying to get information from the tree.
And Ali and Boudica were kind of just analyzing the light and not getting out of the way.
Yeah. Oh, as
There
soon as
wasn't
they
anywhere to
landed,
hide.
by the way, Boudica, your hut was dispelled.
Oh.
Oh yeah, they were hiding in a hut. They wouldn't even know.
You did also feel, though, your spell slot that you used to cast it returned.
They so powerful. Oh my god.
They are technically a combined greater god, so so I'm gonna start from the beginning from them. Greetings, heroes. I'm sure you would like some information. As you may or may not have noticed, you were caught in a magic explosion in that magic circle, and in that moment, to save you, I had the goddess of time at our behest sent you forward to this time, and unfortunately, this was the location that you landed in. We did this to save you from the events that would follow that day. The
Could
explosion.
you elaborate on what happened that day?
Yes, we will get to that. The explosion was limited to you on the magic circle. Nobody else in the room was harmed at that time.
What about after that time?
The world has changed much since you were gone.
And he looks up at Halo but doesn't say anything.
I know you would have been apprised to the wanted villain known as Order. It seems he had been building an army of mostly humans that would have been immune from the goddess's ability to foresee.
Sorry, was the name not Disorder?
Yeah, I was about to ask,
as we heard
Disorder.
I
Yes,
was
sorry.
about to say, rude DM.
Disorder. Sorry.
it. Slander. He's
How
slandering
dare.
the Tuesday DM.
How dare.
That's pretty funny.
Yes, Disorder. Sorry.
We all know who Disorder is, right? As far as
He's the number one
would
on the
know
top
him.
10.
yeah,
Yeah, you know.
I know it's like human.
Yes, you guys were taught about him. Apparently, you know one thing you had heard when you first got there was that he had pulled off a heist and stole something from the vault. But nobody would say what that thing was. So yes, he had raised an army called Disorder's Order. That's why I got mixed up. Was getting to that part. And they were the ones that day destroyed the teleportation network in all of Heptagonia.
I see.
They, over the next days, weeks, months, and years, worked and hunted down the entire guild. Almost every guild member you know is dead or in hiding.
So are we on the list too?
You are assumed dead, which is why we brought you to the point where the hero hunters have mostly died down.
Wait.
And what
how-
of the guild members doing science?
Anybody
out.
that could have stood against them is either missing or dead.
Race's shoulders kind of slump a little bit when he realizes that his girlfriend's dead.
How could that have happened, though? The guild trains heroes, people who are actually trained and powerful. How could anyone who's not a guild member hope to even take down and hunt down all the heroes of the guild?
Disorder had been working on this plan for quite some time. He had been training this army for decades.
And
How
they
the
were
hell do we even matter in this equation? Like, I don't understand. We're nobody.
One thing that separated your group from other groups is that none of you are human. Which means we have the ability to alter your fates and destinies somewhat.
Shit, was every team
Yeah,
had a human on it?
Pretty much.
Wow, I didn't realize that.
So wait. He just to make sure I understand. Is Disorder? Did he just like control all humans?
He had raised an army of humans.
Okay.
After the attack, he rallied the humans in Centralia that were left that were not already working for him under the guise of liberation of oppression.
And all the guild and all the nations could not stand against him.
Correct. Also, that day, while the teleportation abilities were being taken down, so were the communication networks. By the time most of the outer regions learned of what was happening, Centralia had fallen to the humans' full human control. All the nobles of the other races inside were put to death.
I see. So none of the sub-factions of the guild are empowered?
Correct. Most of them have been eliminated or been put into hiding. Trade has stopped. The vault has sealed itself along with its remaining members for protection. Most of others have gone underground and that survived the huntings. As you notice, Halo is no longer in the skies. It still exists, it just no longer floats.
Did it fall like in a bad way, or did it just slowly float down in a safe way? I've got to ask for me friends, so I do.
Besides Disorder's order, there is another group out there. They call themselves the Fractals. And one of them, specifically, what did I name it? Rakdos, the god of suffering. Empowered individuals that destroyed the magic runes under Halo and caused it to fall. Many risked their lives and many died, slowing the descent with wing power of many of the winged individuals up there. For you two, I can confirm your parents are still alive.
Ollie breathes, sighs, gives a sigh of relief.
Boudica does the same.
And what of the demon Buskosvat? Is he? If I remember correctly, we are a few years overdue for him to collect on his promise
Do we
to
still
us.
have the marks?
You notice you do have the marks. Yes, he will still be hunting you.
And could
You
I
could not
ask,
stop that.
where did Halo fall?
Halo fell into the sea around the island region.
Has it become an island itself then, so it has?
Yes. But it is a
What a
floating
crack.
island because it is not anchored to the seafloor. So it does move somewhat.
I see.
It's probably hard to find then.
Yes. The fractals, without heroes to stand against them, ravage the land. All lands now. Be on the lookout for the 10 of them.
Do we know who's in them? What they look like? How powerful they are?
The fractals were the 10 beings that were in the mirror that the boy released.
Boudica looks at Ollie.
Immediate, like, signs of, like, rage. Like, he clenches his fists and just like, okay.
They were Gwendolyn, the Dark Sun King, which I think you met as the mirror was opened. Or briefly.
Gwendolyn, the Dark Sun King?
Gwendolyn, yep.
With,
Radkos, the... Go ahead.
with all due respect, I believe I have a god to kill now.
Yes, Radkos, he is not a god, he is just an elf.
Raktos and Gwendolyn.
Yes, Raktos, the god of suffering, was one that was in there. Additionally, the behemoth...
You're gonna need more training before you do that, lad.
Yes, which does bring it back to Boudica's question, why us? If you knew that this was going to happen, why didn't you help stop it? Why didn't you help save the guild? You picked us, of all people? Why? Why not any of the headmasters or the teachers or anyone else? Why us? Why don't you go back and, like, if you knew this is happening, or if Priscilla, the goddess of time, it sees time, why not prevent it?
Because they were humans, we cannot stop their fate.
I understand that, but why not empower? If Rakdos is empowering these other individuals, why don't you, all the Pantheon, respectfully, empower everyone else?
Of all of the situations and all the possible lines of fate, this is the one that leads to the most successful recovery of life on this plane.
So we are your intervention.
I can't believe that.
So does that mean we're, like, staying in this timeline, or are we going back?
The reason you were moved here is if you had been left behind, you would have been killed because you would not have been prepared in time. Now that the things have settled from the battle of humanity versus the guild, it gives you time to adequately prepare yourselves for the challenge.
I understand.
Can we not adequately prepare ourselves now and then go back in time to prevent this tragedy?
No. If you go back in time, you will die.
May I ask you
Because
a
you
question?
cannot prepare yourselves now and go back as you are.
If you were the grand designer in saving us, why this island specifically?
We
There's
could not
lots of
control
places.
where you landed. Your landing was based on not magic, the term is science, based on the position of the planet on this date when we moved you forward.
Boudica will look down and then look back up. Who died? What teachers died?
All of them.
Even the
Really?
dragon one.
Even the
Yes.
Daryl?
Yes.
Oh, not the
Pinky?
Daryl.
The elephant?
Yes.
What the fuck? Boudica spirals.
Not the Daryl.
When
I liked
you
him.
You couldn't
When-
save any of them. You couldn't even save any of the teachers. Pull them out like you did us.
doing so would change the fate.
But apparently we're the best success rate. At this time when things have settled, when it's already too late to do anything but fight against the systems of the victors?
Correct.
Now, Ollie, I don't want to be a little bit of a naysayer, but they are gods and goddesses. Maybe we got to show them a little bit of respect. Maybe.
I am. I'm just
starting to
in,
get kind of nervous.
I'm in disbelief. That's why. Like, my faith in the gods is being challenged. Like, how? How are we, in any godly way, in any godly design, supposed to make things right? There are too many things wrong now.
I'm not
Wait.
sure.
Does that mean Corinthia, Nadia, Demetria,
Everyone we love
Chalcidius?
in the guild is
And
gone.
she just starts like naming off all the names of the people she's known.
Oh, Jim
There-
too.
Not all of those people are dead, actually. This is Agitina talking, just her. The goddess of peace. There is some survivors. Not everybody died, but many did. Or many are in hiding or captured or lost. But there is a group that is working to try to help. You will not be alone in this venture. Seek them out. That should be your first task.
Where should
Unite
we
with your
find them?
friends.
How do we get equipment?
Due to our limited power, we were able to bring one item of use for you. And they reach in between them, even though there was nothing there, and pull out a robe and set it in front of you guys.
Oh, sorry, you
Quite dangerous.
cut out.
You cut out.
Yeah, you're cutting out DM.
Internet's going down.
This road will be hard, and you will face many. Please hold.
The fates don't want you to tell us that.
You're all gonna die. Roll survival.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can
Yeah.
hear you.
Yeah.
Some outcomes even
You're-
gods could not
Yeah,
try.
your
Hello?
visual is
Bueller?
frozen, but I heard you.
You there?
We
Okay,
can
now-
hear ya.
Now, no longer.
Okay,
frozen.
there you go.
Yep.
Okay.
Last we heard, they pulled something out from between them, and we're
Yes.
saying the road is long.
They pulled out a robe, what looks like a robe, and laid it in front of Boudica because she's the one in front of them. The road ahead for you will be long. It will be hard. It will be dangerous. But if you work together and work with your friends when you find them, you will prevail.
I see.
We have faith that you are the best option for life.
I'm almost afraid to ask. But as the goddesses of fate, do you know if maybe, perhaps, any of the Elven Marin tribe survived?
I know that Mara's fate is to one day be restored as a tribe with many of its original members.
And when she says that, like, Rayson just starts, like, having tears coming out of his eyes. Like, the rest of him's sort of frozen, but there's just, like, all these tears streaming down his cheeks. But he doesn't say anything.
Are all the gods the same? Did we lose any gods?
None of the major gods, very few minor gods.
Gwen's mom is alright, right?
Gwen's family is fine. Roxandra is fine.
Oh, that's a nice thing to know. You can always get more sandwiches. If nothing else, the sandwiches will prevail.
I want a sandwich right now.
Could
Roll
use
an
a
Arcana
sandwich
check.
too.
Who?
Ooh.
With advantage, you. Roll an Arcana check with advantage.
Me?
Yes.
Dirty 20.
You see them both glow, and in amusement, a basket of sandwiches pops up on top of the rope that they laid in front of you.
And
She
that
grabs
Rayson
one
just
and
drops
just
to his
starts
knees
chewing
and
on
starts
it.
bawling and like eats a sandwich while bawling.
Thank you. Your divinity gives us solace in this time. But with that, perhaps, my friends, we should make a plan.
We have to find our friends that are scattered all across Heptagonia and are in hiding.
Your friends are hiding together.
Should we find them right away or should we train first?
You should head towards them. Head towards the center of Heptagonia. Head towards Centralia.
Do you happen to have a handy little teleportation circle or something? Or a boat? Or maybe a dragon we could fly on? Or something. I'm a good swimmer, but I'm not so sure about me pal Saltek over here.
One thing as a word from Arvidel is that something even beyond his power is jamming teleportation and communication magic in Heptagonia. So any teleportation or communication spells you have will not work.
So like sending.
Well, I say this with all due respect and divinity to me wonderful goddesses who have saved us all, but we are stuck on an island.
You're not on an island. You're on a peninsula.
We're on the very, very end of the
Badlands.
No, we're at the end of the
on the
Badlands.
opposite side of the volcano.
So
Yeah.
Oh.
Right at the
bad
edge,
place,
like
yeah.
the very edge of the map.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm glad some of you know where we are.
Yeah.
Yes, head towards Centralia, although I do not think you will arrive there before you connect with your friends again.
Okay, that was going to be my question. Isn't Centralia the place where Disorder has his throne? Since he rallied all the humans, Centralia the humans there took over everything?
Yes,
So
but that is the direction you need to head so that you can access the spokes from the center point.
Are they underground or something?
They are in hiding, but they are working together. They have formed a resistance network.
And how do we find them without finding Disorder?
You are destined to run into them, as well as fated.
Are we fated and destined to kill them?
To kill the nice people who were trying to fight
your friends?
Disorder.
I don't want to kill them. No, okay.
We can-
He said he was talking about
Ollie's
faded.
gone to the villain
I,
arc.
I was talking about your friends still when I said that, so
Sorry, you mentioned disorder, like you faded. Then you went to friends. So sorry. Are
no,
we
I was
faded?
saying that your friends are creating a resistance against disorder, and you are destined to find your friends.
Yep. And Ollie's asking, are we destined and fated to kill disorder?
You are destined to have a confrontation with disorder, but due to his nature as a human, it is impossible for us to tell how that meeting will end.
Well, it sounds like we're all dead. Let's get to it.
I believe we should get to it as well, my friend.
Yes. As they're saying this, anybody who wants to can make a perception check, not related to them.
We all got robes, you said?
No, there is a single robe.
Oh, one
Okay,
person
I
gets
was
a
gonna
robe.
ask about that.
Is it like a Boudica-sized robe or a normal-sized robe?
I will
What are you
tell
trying
you
to
what
say?
it is in a minute. Ali, you hear a battle nearby. You hear clashing weapons. The goddesses turn towards up the bluff next to you and say, I think your destiny is about to begin.
Oh, fuck.
That's not ominous as shit.
One quick question before I go. What happened to Landon and House Martman?
Gag.
He is the leader of the resistance.
Okay.
Hey.
I can work with that.
And with that, they say, good luck. All the
Thank
gods
you.
will be watching you. And there is a flash, and they are both gone. But a piece of paper does fall where they were standing.
I'll pick it up.
I'm posting in the Discord chat what it says. It's a list of 10 names.
It just says good fucking luck.
It's a list of 10 names. Boudica, when you pick it up, you see it says Gwendolyn, Radkos, Behemoth, Nakalove, Cinderlord, Chess Queen, King of Kings, Adamantine Golem, Black Phoenix, Grand Champion.
Well, we're gonna die. She'll hand it to Saltek.
I see.
Saltek, roll a history check with advantage. Saltek.
It's taking a second to go through
Okay.
the animation. It's a
I
nat
didn't know if
20. It's
I didn't
not,
know if I
there we
froze
go.
again.
No, it was.
You know every name on this list.
Oh.
But you're
Are you going to
confused.
just text me the names of the descriptions?
It's I will later. But just for now, you know as a whole, all of these are classified as things that could have been so disastrous that they caused an era change, but were stopped.
Oh shit! Did these break out of the vault?
No, these were what was kept in the mirror that Ollie, that the kid released during Ollie's quest.
Nice going, Ollie.
All of these
Yeah,
were
don't worry, Ollie's
Damn burn.
all of these were things in the third era that were cataclysmic people or events that were stopped. But you never knew how. This was one of the. This is when humans were the predominant hero race,
Mm-hmm.
and human heroes would always come in and stop them before they got too far, and you never knew why. It was never
Good to know.
recorded in history how they did it, but they always would ride in. There would be a battle, and the humans would be victorious, and whatever the threat was gone.
Whoa, so the humans come in, and then all of a sudden history gets rewritten.
Correct.
Interesting. Okay. Sounds human.
The humans captured all these threats, sealed them away, and then when the humans got wiped out or got reduced to what they were in the fourth era, this mirror, no one realized what exactly was hidden away from it or
Right.
within it.
It was.
Well, then you got to
containing-
understand.
Yeah.
To the victor goes the memory. We don't really know what happened if it was all written out by the people who did it.
Indeed.
While you
Well.
guys are talking, Bodica's messing with the robe.
You pick it up, and it is
Instantly
a robe of
attuned.
useful items,
Ooh.
Ooh.
and it has one of everything on it.
Does it shrink into Boudica size? As
Whoever wears
big?
it will fit them.
Cool.
But it has the standard two. If you look at the list, it has the two the items that they all come with: the 2 healing potions, the 2 bullseye lanterns, the 2 daggers, whatever.
Does it have a freaking scarf? Look in the pockets, the inside pockets.
And then on the
Perhaps
table,
you should be the one to wear it.
and then on the table that you roll from, there is one of everything on there.
What do you mean by one of everything? Or one of everything on the table?
So there's
Yes.
a bag of 100 gold, silver, copper, blah, 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 blah.
Yes. So instead of rolling for it, I'm just giving you one of everything on the table.
That's nice of you. You're a nice DM. Even if you killed Mara.
There's a rowboat here,
Jen.
guys! And a mastiff!
Yes.
Wait, is there 2 mastiffs?
It's 2 mastiffs. Yeah, it's a pair of
Ah!
dogs.
Okay.
As you're looking at it, you see all of these patches are sewn onto it, and you could rip them off, and you would know that if you ripped one of these off, it would become real.
Okay, guys, hear me out. Rowboat, rope, mastiffs.
Bodica's like,
Do what? We're, as they said, we are not locked by sea. And the boat makes a poor sled.
The rest of you guys start hearing the screams of battle as people are dying up on the hill above you.
We need to go
We should get going.
Like, to it or away from it?
to it.
I'm gonna fly up and peek over the ridge. What do I see?
All right. You fly up and look over the ridge, and you see us taking a break for 15 minutes, and then when we come back, we'll go over what that is.
Excellent.
I see a break on the horizon,
I
guys.
see a break on the horizon. Cool.
Awesome.
I will see you soon,
Yeah,
everyone.
so we'll be back in 15, guys. welcome back, everybody. Sorry for a little long there. I had the baby, and we were showing off the baby. So, let's see. Boudica, you were looking over the ridge.
Yep, I flew up.
All right. You know, I worked so hard to be prepared and forgot to actually upload this map.
Dude, you've had some pretty cool, like, whoa, the human thing. I know that you had like dropped the human bomb in the beginning, but I hadn't realized you'd tied it together like this. It's pretty cool.
Yep.
Yeah, it's getting spicy.
You can thank my friend from work who I started talking out how I was going to end the cliffhanger, and they talked me into more. So
Nice. Good job, friend.
they were like, "Nah, you should do this instead." And I'm like, "Okay, sounds fun."
When we're hearing the clash, are we hearing like metal swords, or are we hearing more magic? Or
It's mostly, it sounds like swords and screaming, and yeah, you haven't heard any like explosions of magic or anything like that.
do I hear any animals in the thick of it?
You did hear a horse squeal.
Okay. I think they have cavalry. What are you seeing up there? And he like waves his hand and uses message to ask Boudica.
Work.
All right. All right. Boudica, as you get up there, you peek over the edge, and by then you've noticed that it's kind of quieted down. It seems, but you look over the edge. You guys are at this one. Let's just say.
This one?
Yeah, over there. And you look down and you see a cart and some bodies, and there's a lot of blood, but you don't see anybody moving.
But we're still hearing the clash, or is the clash over?
No, it was dying down by the time you guys came over the edge.
Okay.
Do we see anyone making off from the scene?
You do not.
Oh, they've already
Place they could
left.
go.
Do we see any footprints trailing to a certain area? Well, Boudica
I mean,
specifically, because
we're
Boudica's one.
probably too far away. I'd have to get closer.
Yeah, that's true.
You see a lot of tracks. It looks like this is some kind of heavily used spot, but not particular like fresh set that you can tell from where you're at.
I mean, I can get closer and look around.
Well, does it look safe? Could we join you? We
Yeah.
could create guards. Watch carefully.
We'll go in for a closer look.
All right. You guys all climb up and over, and you guys can all bring yourselves up. And as you get close, make a survival or investigation check, depending on if you're looking at the scene or if you're looking for signs of other people.
I rolled a 2.
Wait, what are the two questions? Or the two things I know it's survival or investigation, but like what are they?
Survival if you're looking for tracks, investigation if you're looking at the scene.
I think I would be looking for tracks.
I rolled a 2. I'm so mad.
Look, I have a plus 12.
This
You
is
still have a
bullshit.
14
gonna-
though. I think
I'm
you-
gonna use a tactical assessment and add a d6 to my investigation.
22. All right. Rayson, you do find tracks, and you're quickly able to tell it looks like about 6 people came in and only 2 left, and they actually went off just to the direction that you guys were just at.
But we didn't see anybody as we were heading down.
Correct.
Do they seem like they're a little bit older, or do they look like they're pretty fresh? Like within
you,
like a
you
couple
figure
minutes.
this was in the last half hour.
Okay.
I would say for you guys to climb up and over with the limited equipment, it would have taken you about 15 minutes to get over.
Were the tracks obviously we're seeing footprints, and I assume we're seeing horse prints?
There was a horse pulling this cart. The horse is dead.
I mean, as far as the footprints that are leading out, like, are we seeing wheels, horse
It's
prints, and
it looks like 2 people on foot wearing
2
boots.
people on foot?
Yes.
I
And-
relay that info as it becomes appropriate to do so.
Is there anything left on the bodies? Like, not just, I'm not talking loot necessarily, but like anything that would like help us know who they are?
I will say with your and Gwen's investigation checks, you can tell that it looks like they were bandits or highwaymen of some sort attacked. There was a single guard who looks to have been an orc.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell just from his frame, he was probably a guard, and where he is surrounded by dead bandits. And
What
there
weapon does he have?
was there seemed to have been a driver of the cart who is also dead. And they appear to also have been an orc, but a much smaller framed, definitely not a warrior type.
And whoever was in the cart is gone.
There was nobody in the cart. It looks like there were transporting some type of merchandise, and boxes and crates are smashed open. But you can see there was a drag mark, so there was something in here that they did take.
Do the
They did.
bandits
Okay.
appear human?
The bandits are all human.
Oh, go ahead.
What weapons do they have on them? I would look for that.
You notice there's no weapons or armor left. It looks like they were all stripped very quickly.
What about any other items they might have, or clothes, or scarves?
Roll an investigation check.
So if they went the way we came from, are there any cliffs or caves within the cliff wall around here?
You don't see any there, but you can start walking up that gully between the 2 cliffs and
Okay.
see if you can find one.
I'll do
Do
that.
we also see any marks on them, like any tattoos that are the same amongst all of them, or like certain scars, branding, or like a bracelet, or
You do see they all seem to have a brand of some sort, but it doesn't. What languages do you speak?
I speak.
She'll carve a rune on you. You get comprehend languages.
Okay, I speak
carve
lots
it
of
on him?
languages, apparently.
Not on him, like
Oh.
I could. Yeah.
So you cast.
Here,
Sorry.
stab,
comprehend
stab, stab.
languages
You
on
can
them.
speak languages now.
I think I just speak Elvish in common, to be honest.
It is
Oh, and the language. Thieves can't too.
It is an undercommon. I don't think any of you guys speak undercommon. It is an undercommon mark.
Nope.
That means postal.
Like not like the mailman, but like going crazy.
No, coastal, like the
Oh,
water.
coastal. I was thinking you were
I thought
saying
he said postal too.
Yeah, same.
I was
No,
like he's gonna
coastal.
shoot up everybody. Like,
Coastal, like the water, because you're near the coast. These
Well,
are
it
probably
means
the coast
coastal.
bandits.
I wonder if these are bandits who stick near the coast, which means they're probably not good against fighting monsters as well, but probably good at killing humans or something. I'm still a little bit rattled. Everyone's dead. I'm sorry.
right? Same.
I do not blame you, my friend.
Bodica's gonna make her way over here.
All right, so we know that they have a
What's your
cool
AC?
branding
Mine?
Mm-hmm.
without all the armor.
13.
Yeah, it's pretty low.
You get hit with an arrow.
Oh shit.
You take 3
Okay.
points of damage.
Where
Son
did it
of a
come from?
biscuit!
It came from somewhere on the cliff to your left.
To the left,
From here?
like up. Yeah. Wait. DM, would you ping kind of
Yeah,
what do you mean?
up there.
Hmm.
You did
I'll
not see. You look around. You don't see anybody.
Get behind the cart.
I, if possible, use dash to run up and grab her. What would it be, an action to pick her up, or would it be a free action to pick her up? How?
If you're moving somebody else, it reduces your speed by half, but it's free action.
It's a free action, okay. And then I use cunning action to continue to dash, which would. I've got 45 speed normally, so dash puts me at 90 speed. So if you cut it, was in half or?
Yeah.
45.
Okay, so it'd be 90 speed one way and then 45 the other. Well, it wouldn't be 90 because it wasn't 90 to get there, but. So I use up 35 feet of the 90. So 45 minus 15.
You can get her back behind the cart in one turn.
Okay, then that's what I'm doing. I run over there, grab Boudica, and drag her all the way over behind the cart in as much cover as possible. And I whisper to Ollie, "Get over here and heal your sister."
I'm not that hurt, guys.
You
It
got
just
hit
wing-
by a
but
fucking arrow.
It just winged her.
Get
I'm
out
not
of here.
having another friend die on me.
Can I make a perception check to see if I can see them?
Go ahead.
$27.
It's pretty
You
good.
don't see them,
Damn, they are stealthy as heck.
but you do hear a voice that yells, "What do you want? Why are you people here? Your kind aren't here."
What is
Well,
it you want?
Does it sound human?
You're the one shooting us.
They
And
are
she's-
speaking in common,
Okay.
and yes, they sound like humans.
Did they hear what Celtic said, or were they not able to reach?
Oh, he asked what they wanted.
Yeah.
They said, "We're just going about our business. Y'all need to go about yours."
Using message, so it just goes straight into their heads.
No, they're
Then
yelling.
by all means.
Raceland says, "And what business is that?"
Nunya.
Well, by all means, friends. Lower your weapons and we'll be off.
Aye, give us all your arms, actually. We're in need of some.
Graceland, don't.
Y'all can get to getting, or y'all can get to dying.
Without using
shot
message, he
me.
just whispers to everyone, "So what are we doing? What's our plan? Do we kill him or do we run?"
We have you surrounded.
I see.
Well, I don't think he can
Inside
hear that
check.
because I'm just
These-
talking I stopped using message, so I'm just.
Raceland, what's your AC?
15. and I'm in cover, I would assume.
You
Unless
see an
they're attacking
arrow
from the other
just
side.
miss you and whiz and smack into the side of the wagon by your head.
Do I see
I
where
mean,
the trajectory comes from?
It came from behind you.
Okay.
I'm doing an insight check.
Fuck me sideways.
Based on the fact that an arrow came from one direction and now there's one coming from the other direction.
Rayson does, by the way,
You know
take
there's
the
at
arrow
least
and
two of
pocket
them.
it. Just a heads up.
All right.
So
You know there are
after
at least
pocketing
two
the
of
arrow,
them.
he raises his hands up like he's surrendering. I assume we're surrendering, right? Or are we running?
Preferably both.
What are
Preferably with
what are Ollie and Gwen doing right now?
I'm just following along.
All right. You notice Ollie seems very quiet, much more quieter and focused at the moment. He kind of leans his head back a little bit and he shouts, "Or any of you know House Martman?"
Never heard of him.
And is it safe to assume you guys were the ones who murdered these orcs?
Yep. We fought them in fairly, and we took their goods.
Fairly. You consider an ambush fair?
We didn't shoot them with arrows. We fought them face to face.
And yet
Why
you
don't
won't
you
do
fight
the
us
same
face
with
to
us.
face?
And I assume you do not have the bravery to do the thing to us. Not after what you've lost, have you?
The orc merchants know what happens when you travel through this valley. We know what they are. We know how to fight them. We don't know who you are.
Well, we're not merchants, and we're lost. We simply seek to get back home.
Then you best be getting.
After you put an arrow in me, friend. You don't have an apology for that.
Which was a warning shot. If I wanted to hurt her, I would have.
Raisling, don't do anything stupid.
Besides, the worst thing we could do right now is turn you into the hero hunters since you all are stupid enough to wear guild badges.
Do we have guild badges on us still?
You guys all had guild badges that you got as part of your graduation that you're all probably still wearing.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
So they
I'll
know
eat
who we
mine.
are.
Well, I mean, so we did have that talk though
Did you
about.
say I'll eat mine?
Yeah, I don't need them knowing that.
I'm just saying, like with the goddess saying everything about how the guild people got assassinated. I didn't even realize I had a identifier, sort of like the Vault
I didn't know that
76
either.
people like coming out into the open world, and being
So they
like,
know
I
who
got
we
a jumpsuit.
are. As far as we're part of the guild, do we need to take care of the problem?
Bodiga's over here like, can we assassinate them?
No, that's a
He's
question
clearly
of.
on the root of the problem. They're simply a symptom. We best leave.
The gods.
Well, I'd like to keep me hide, and I'm happy to leave.
Well,
If you're all letting us leave, we'll leave.
Consider, friends, the two goddesses said that we're supposed to be here. We're needed here. How are we needed here? If not to eliminate them, or get more information from them.
They don't seem keen on speaking. The goddesses may know much, but fate, I don't believe, is so solid as they put it.
If that's the case, then we eliminate them.
Protocol look at Ollie and.
You realize we
Raise
only
the
have a
eyebrows.
single arrow and a couple daggers, and a robe that gives us some pounds or something.
Bodica cast Moonbeam.
And Ollie's gonna turn and bolt forward, casting Blade of Wrath, and a burning sword emerges from his hand.
Raceling curses under his breath, uses bonus action to dash, and tries to reach him with his dagger, I guess.
One time you decide to be so brave. Saltek takes his sword and breaks it off into two daggers.
Ollie, an arrow goes whizzing past your head.
Yep. And I'm charging it forward, so do I see where it came from?
Make a perception check to see if you saw where the arrow came from.
Okay. My passive is 19 though, but let's do a roll. 16.
It seemed to appear just out of the rock up here.
Yep. Ollie's gonna keep charging and take a swing with Blade of Wrath.
Alright, you hit rock.
Cool.
But you do notice there is a crack in the rock.
I'm gonna
Not very big, big enough for maybe an arrow.
jab the blade right into it.
Can I Eldritch Blast it?
Make an attack roll with disadvantage.
13.
I also just want to point out the craziness that it's Ollie who starts the murder spree.
You feel your blade go in, and you feel it touch against something, and you hear a voice in a normal tone on the other side. Oh man, you cut my bowstring.
Damn, he got his bowstring, Ollie. You gonna pay for that?
Ollie, roll an insight check or history check.
Oh.
Insight. 27.
You realize it's actually a stone wall here. This looks like to be a natural murder hole, and you think there's some type of cave system behind there.
What do you mean by murder hole? Like this
The
is like
cavern
where they...
itself, the
Okay.
area they're
No,
in.
a murder hole is a hole in like a castle.
Castles where the battlement's a little slit.
Right, where you can shoot out, but it's really hard to shoot in because it's only
I
like
see.
a
So
4-inch
they're
wide
at like
hole.
3/4 cover, essentially.
They're technically at full cover. They're just shooting through a hole behind it.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Saltek, your first shot misses completely. Your second shot goes through the hole, but you figure because Ollie's sticking a sword in there, he's probably moved out of the hole.
Yeah.
So the one behind us is where I'm casting Moonbeam. Where
I thought it was like over here, right?
No, it was
oh, that
Down
was-
here, maybe? I don't know. Oh, it's over there.
right in there.
Okay.
cast Moonbeam.
Moonbeam doesn't go through a roof, does it?
Shines down on a 5-foot radius, 40-foot high cylinder centered on a point within range. So it'll go through.
Yeah, so technically, if she can
I
see
can do it
through
indoors, basically, and it'll still work.
Yeah, as long as she
Okay.
could see the point.
Let me pull up some stats. Do they get a save against that?
And it
when
has
they're
100
still-
Yeah, it's a con 17. And I'm casting it at 3rd level.
Damn. Boudica's out for the kill. This is what happens when you throw a Boudica into a rogue guild.
Notice the
Sassy.
the owl clerics are definitely venting.
So he takes the damage. You hear screaming over that direction. Uh, 19 damage.
19, damn. Boudica, you're pretty buff.
It's 3d10.
Nice.
You do see another hole similar to the one Ollie has in that hill side.
Okay. And also, if he decides to stay, if he's not dead, and he decides to stay in the Moonbeam, he keeps taking damage.
He's gonna move because that hurt. He runs. He's hoping it doesn't chase him.
Can I see which direction he moved?
You
Probably
can't
not.
see him. No.
In all of that action, does Raceland see where it was? Because I assume he's like inside the cliff, right?
Yes.
Do I see where like the arrow comes from and where the beam actually strikes? Is there smoke coming out of the whole area?
I mean, the whole thing's lit up with the moonbeam. But there is, you see another hole similar to the one Ollie's shoving his sword in at the other side.
Is it small enough that Raceland can actually go into it?
It's about
Or-
4 inches wide and a foot tall.
Foot
Don't
tall.
know.
Well, a foot, like if I
4 inches
When-
wide.
4 inches wide and a
4
foot
inches
tall.
wide, okay, yeah.
Yeah, no.
I'd have to be Kate Moss to handle that.
All right, you hear a voice. All right, stop. What do you want? You want treasure?
Sure.
Weapons?
I like the weapons.
What do you want?
How about answers?
Fine. What answers? What questions do you have?
First off, though, get out of here so we can
But
see
what
you.
about the weapons, Ali? Have them give us the weapons and then talk about them answers. Right now they've got high ground with bows. Give us the weapons.
He is right. We should disarm them.
You see 2 figures come out from this over here a couple minutes later.
From where?
On the map to the right.
Oh.
Stop, don't come any closer.
Drop your weapons on the floor and then lie down on the ground 5 steps behind the weapon.
We're not doing that.
Drop the weapon on the ground and retreat from the weapon. And he drops his dagger.
Do it.
Puts in reverse grip, gets into like a low stance, and gets ready to dash at him. Do it if you don't want to die. I'm going to count from 3, 2.
You get shot.
I'll shoot them.
Wait, how does it? Are they drawing their weapons or is it from a different place?
He has a bow in his hand.
He just had it drawn.
Yeah.
Okay. So what do I get hit with? How much?
Does a 14 hit you?
No, I get 15 AC.
An arrow goes flying. It lands right in front of you.
I run using my free action, grab and pocket the second arrow. And I use my attack action to grapple. What are they like, out of curiosity? Who has the bow?
The bottom one. Or the top one.
He goes to grapple the top one.
This guy.
Yeah.
As
Evil
you take a
Raceland.
step forward, the other guy throws something, and I need everybody to make a dex save.
So 11, Raceland really.
The girls are the only ones that get out of the way as a fireball explodes right in front of you. Gwen and Boudica, you take half damage. Or Gwen, are you safe farther
Fireball?
back than
Like
them?
the spell? Where does it land? Just out of curiosity for them.
It lands right in front of you as you take that first step forward.
In retaliation, Boudica gets really pissed off and casts Moonbeam on both of them.
What's the damage for that? Are we all
Hang
out
on,
of the?
Do we start rolling on initiative soon?
Because fireball can probably kill some of us.
Mm-mm-mm. 23 damage. Boudica, you take half.
It's
Still alive, at least.
So it's
12 or 11?
12. No, 11. Sorry, round down.
What's the con save for? Oh, yeah. 27's pretty good.
You see him. Yeah. So you three boys take 23 fire damage.
I mean, Rayson's so upset and everything is so crazy right now that he would take all that damage, and if he didn't fall to his knees, he would probably still try to grab them.
Okay. You go up and make a grapple check against the guy.
I'm gonna.
He's just like burning and bleeding and screaming at the guy. He's like not acting like a rogue at this point because he's just so. So athletics, right?
Yeah. You
Jesus.
grapple the guy.
He grapples the guy, takes the bow from him, and puts him in chokehold. This like basically comes up, takes that burn, and as he's like literally on fire, he gives a scream out, rushes in, does this really pretty side step to the left, and as he does, he extends his right hand out, grabs the bow, twists the guy's wrist, takes the bow with his left hand, and with the right hand captures him in a chokehold.
That's
If possible. If not possible.
That's a second move. So the first one is to grab him and then
yeah.
to
So
twist
for
him
now, then
into-
he's at the point where he's
Yeah.
got him trying to take the bow.
Right.
Well, right now he's got him in a chokehold, and he'll try to take the bow next time, I guess.
Well, you've got him grappled. You're grabbing his arms, and so the grapple is one, the disarm is one, and then to turn it into a restrain from a regular grapple is another check, and those are 3 separate actions.
Okay. And then he moves to the side, reaches in, puts his hand on the guy who's holding the bow, and grabs the other wrist, and
Okay.
he's in that spot. And so.
Okay.
Sorry, I am.
The other guy is just like, enough. I thought we were gonna talk.
We were.
After fucking throwing a fireball,
I'm gonna
at
run
us,
up to him.
shooting no arrow at us.
I'm gonna bonus action Hexblade's Curse, and then I'm gonna make 2 attacks with these daggers.
Okay. Make an attack.
Whoops, I meant to do damage at the same time.
I can
Whatever.
talk with you when you're
That
dead.
one obviously misses.
That's not creepy, Boudica, but also true. So.
And
Sorry.
that one hits. So he takes 6 points of damage.
Yep, and I will use the feat Baleful Scion. So he's gonna take. Let me see really quick. 1d6 plus 3 necrotic.
Okay.
And I heal that much.
Nice.
All right.
Blood magic's paying off.
So he takes another 6. The one that you just hit just looks at you and just says, and this is why disorder killed all the heroes. None of you have any honor. And he's going to disengage and run away.
Wait a second.
Lacking honor is running from a fight.
You shoot at us from a blind spot, attack us multiple times, and you're calling for honor.
He's 60 feet away.
I'm not sure if
moving.
we're in initiative or not, so I've been waiting for.
You know, can we
things.
roll
Yeah,
initiative?
same.
Are we allowed to do things, or are we in loose order?
We're loose, so if you guys want to try to do something, that's fine. But he's running.
Because
Gotcha. I'll shoot him while he's running, I guess.
I'm still grabbing the other guy. I'm not gonna let him go. But...
Okay, so first off, Ollie would have yelled at the group, "We need to talk to them first." Then, as the guy is moving, Ollie's gonna cast Hold Person on him. So I'll drop concentration on my blade, and instead go with hold person. And he needs to please make a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah, he fails.
Yeah, so Andale is gonna go behind him and kind of like put or in between, because I can't, it's a very small spot here. Kind of like put a hand on him and put a hand on Saltek to try to de-escalate things.
Very
All
well,
right.
my friend.
You can talk to me. I'm going to treat you honorably. Or you can deal with my friends, who are a bit more bloodthirsty than I am.
And do keep
Not
in mind that
me.
we only need to question one of you. So I suggest you both make yourselves useful.
He just looks at you, Ollie, and says, "You have already proved none of your friends have honor. I have
You
nothing
wouldn't
to say to you.
understand honor.
Kill me now.
The one I
Very
have
well.
help.
Get it over with."
Okay.
What do you define honor as?
When you come to a meet to talk, and we tell you to stop where you are, and you immediately charge forward in a hostile manner, you disgrace yourself.
And we
Just
asked
kill
you
me.
to lower your weapons, and you refused.
You shot Boudica
Kill me.
when she went around the corner. I
Fuck
went to
you
go
guys,
save
you guys
her and you
fucking
shot me in the
bastards, kill
back.
me.
I'll kill him.
Probably just kill him, yeah.
I mean, it sounds like that's what he wants, so maybe don't do that.
I could care less.
All right.
Did Boudica want to
you
do
kill it?
anything?
No?
Okay, just checking because we're in loose initiative, so I'm like,
Yeah.
make sure everyone.
Wait, did we do initiative?
No, it's just kind of.
Okay. Yeah, I thought so. I heard initiative.
Is the other one still alive?
So one guy's held person, right? One person
No,
is...
that's the one who's dead.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the guy who wouldn't speak.
I'm
I
confused.
take it.
Who's dead and who's alive?
I thought that the guy on
The
top
guy who
was
was,
the person who had the bow, who I was grappling.
He did.
No.
He's the one who had the bow. That's the one you're holding. The other one is the one who ran away.
Okay.
Or was trying to run away, and then you held person him.
And then killed him.
And he told you you guys have no honor, and then he's not going to tell you anything, so just kill him and get it over with.
And they're human?
Yep.
Alright, well, we still got one alive. Why don't you ask
They're
him some questions?
also quite delusional. If we've gone a full circle, I would try to now. So we've gone by the wrist.
When he sees his friend die, he drops the bow.
Okay, and I fully restrain him at that point, like with an arm bar to the ground.
Okay.
I guess now's your time to ask him
Or
some
he
questions.
will. Or he will get out of it. I don't know. So.
Evidently, we've missed a lot.
What were you about to say,
I
Glenn?
you want me to try talking to this guy? Because I feel like I feel like I'm almost as confused as he is. So, like, and
can all
you
talk
guys,
to him.
you guys are sending real mixed messages.
What brought you to the Badlands over the past 10 years? What has changed? And what brought you to be robbing caravans on the road?
He just looks at you and says, "There's no point in talking to you. You're just going to kill me anyways," and puts his head down.
I can promise you I'm not out for blood.
He looks at his friend that you just stabbed and says, "More dragon-kin liars. Just like the elves."
We gave him a chance to talk, but he insisted. We want to give you a chance to talk. And he kind of like looks over at Gwen, because Gwen's like, she wants to question him. Let's get him back closer to the cart and hopefully have a conversation.
Okay, so we're dragging him to the cart, you're saying?
Yeah.
Alright. So I mean, he doesn't have a lot of fight in him at this point, right?
Nope, he lets you drag him over there. He's not helping.
Do we have any rope from the useful rope? Is that like... Wait, Boudica,
Yeah.
does
I'll
that
give it to him.
rope happen to have some rope in it? It happens to be useful items after.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, many thanks, many thanks. And I go ahead and I bind his wrists, and then I use a different portion of the rope to bind his ankles, and then I help him because I'm not a total jerkwad to get him over to the caravan.
Yeah, he doesn't fight you at all. He just lets you do whatever and walks over.
Okay, so he's bound and he's not running anywhere. And I take his bow and his quiver and his arrows. How many arrows does he have? Other than the 2 I
He had
pocketed.
3 more arrows.
Alright, so 5 arrows. Is it a long bow
It's
or
a
a
short
short
bow.
bow? Okay. Are you alright with me taking the bow? Everyone.
By all
Yeah.
means.
Many thanks.
All right. Gwen, do you want to search the caves with Boudica, or do you want to talk to this guy with us?
I mean, are you guys gonna let me talk to him, or are you gonna keep stabbing and threatening him?
We haven't stopped him.
We
We just simply
we're
tied
already
him
letting
up,
you talk to
stole
him.
from him, and now we're letting you talk to him.
By all means, ask away.
I'll go by myself then.
We
I
stole
can go
a
with you.
little
I
bit.
wouldn't want you going alone.
All right, make an investigation check. Boudica.
Ooh.
All right, you go over the direction they came, and it's pretty hard pack over here, so there's no tracks. And you're unable to find the cave entrance.
Can I locate object for the cave entrance?
It's the cave entrance would not be an object, it's a place.
It was worth a shot.
Where did you want to talk to the lad?
Yes, I just thought it wasn't our turn at the moment.
I don't know whose turn it is.
We'll come back to you, Boudica. So you guys back at the cart. Go ahead.
Okay. Gwen is sitting atop the cart, crisscross, and she's gonna be like, okay, have a seat. Tensions are real high right now. Imagine for a second that you just like came out of a coma and you had no idea what was going on and the whole world had changed. It's that. So I'm going to need you to explain, like, we are small children. What? Okay, you're some kind of bandit. Do you
The
perceive
postal
yourself as a good guy or a bad guy, and why?
We're just trying to get by in this messed up world.
Okay. The world is messed up. Yes. What is your why did you hurt these people? And she like pokes one of the dead orcs with her toe.
They, after disorder, freed us all from the confines of Centralia and told us to go explore the rest of the world. We quickly found there was no other place left for us anymore. all of our ancestral homes were gone, destroyed, or taken over by the other races. So we were free, but we were in no better position than we were in before. So we all did what we had to do, working together to survive.
Okay. I get that. Do you think that have you attempted to work together with, say, these orcs and start like a trade as opposed to stealing from them? I mean, I realized that there wasn't a place when you came out here, but like, you have created a place peacefully if you weren't part of the whole, destroying of humanity part, or not humanity, humanoidanity.
Gwen's having a hard time with the whole human
She's doing
thing.
fine.
The goblin can pay us for the orcs' goods. So we have a relationship with them.
Okay, so you're working with the goblinkin, so you're not completely anti everyone who's not human?
The goblinkin have had it just as bad as we are.
Okay.
Especially after the dwarves drove them from the north. They came down here to join their brethren.
Yeah,
Destroying people for their own gain. That's what they're doing. They talk about the elves.
they're
And look at them.
they're lashing out because they were hurt. Just like you guys are lashing out because you were hurt.
I'm lashing out because they shot me friend Boudica on the shoulder with an arrow.
Exactly. This is kind of a, they think you did that to them, they're doing that to you, and you're doing it back to them because then they did do that to you, and now you did kill somebody killed that guy over there, and so now he's like angry-er at you, and we're just kind of in this like back and forth that started with a whole war 200 years ago. So let's just try to pretend that none of that. Let's try to take that out of the equation for the moment, and just.
I will have to let you know that me flesh is still cindering from the fireball. That it is. It hurts. A lot.
Yeah, and that guy over there is still bleeding out.
Well, I hope he is. That hurt. A lot.
All I'm saying is it's an eye for an eye thing, and it's not really working out for anybody.
Well, maybe you're more wise than me. It certainly seems so.
I believe I'm the least wise one in this group, but.
Well, in this one moment, maybe you are, but maybe you're the saint. But what are we doing with this man?
When you say that eye for an eye thing, Gwen, he kind of perks up and goes, "An eye for an eye leaves the whole world blind."
Yeah, that one.
Wait.
I totally heard that before.
So, do we have like an insight check on that? Like, do we have feel like there's a meaning behind that? Like, does he go kind of deadpan when he says it, and he seems like brainwashed or something?
No, he was trying to help Gwen because she seemed confused, and she's the only one who hasn't tried to kill him yet.
So he's correcting her on her bad. Okay.
He was assisting because he thought she was trying to figure that saying out and couldn't.
Okay.
He was helping.
So Race is pretty smart, so he'd probably be like, "You're an educated man, aren't you?"
No.
What do you do for a living other than killing me friend Boudica?
He didn't kill her, Boudica.
Well, he was trying to kill her,
Okay,
Ollie. You
back
put
to
an arrow in her wing.
Okay. Again, you're like escalating, and we're de-escalating.
Well, I was trying to ask a nice question.
Okay. All right. Let's just go back to the, hey, aside from, are you solely banditing, or are you also like a electrician or something? I don't know what electricity is, but it sounds really cool, right? They have it in the Feywild.
You don't happen to have a dragon that we could use. We could really use a dragon right now.
No, I worked on the docks in Centralia.
So you got a boat, maybe?
No, I worked on the docks. I unloaded stuff.
Not even a dinghy?
Okay.
You don't
Okay.
have water hobbies?
You were in Centralia when all of this happened.
Yeah.
How long since you've been in Centralia?
I don't know. He freed us like 9 years ago, 10 years ago, something like that,
And you
then
just immediately left?
we all celebrated and left and went to go find our fortunes. And there was a lot of us that left there, and most of us died out here in these lands. The last 10 of us found this cave and did what we could to survive.
Are the other we killed one. Are the other 8 dead?
Well, there was 6 dead in the valley.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
that orc fought a lot of them off.
Where's the other 2?
They died a couple weeks ago.
Okay. Okay. Well, okay. Okay. This could be a beneficial. We don't have to kill you, right? We don't have to kill him. We just got here. You know how to survive here, and also you have a cache of weapons. Maybe you could be our guide to get somewhere else, and we'll help you get somewhere else where you can find a job that isn't this. Maybe woodwork. How do you feel about woodwork?
There's no jobs left for humans anymore.
But
if you're not,
okay.
if you don't join Distorter's group, the other races just mostly kill us on sight.
Okay, but okay, but they're still humans. So why don't the humans form human communities?
Because anytime we try to, the other races go in and murder us.
Okay. We can work with that. We can work with that, right, guys? We can work with that.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, that's good. That's good information. So we're gonna try to stop.
And puts a noise for his throat, and it's like, so it's time to kill him, right?
No, we're not killing him.
The
And
If you're
threat
gonna be
is
with that
gone.
mentality,
Basically,
please
you
just take a few steps back. Your
Wait,
commentary is
like
not
what?
helpful.
Oh.
And you actually
Me
seem
bad,
always
me bad.
upset.
And pulls the knife away and pockets it.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna start with you, and then we're gonna work our way to signs of civilization. But we're gonna start with you. You're not gonna kill not humans, and then if we find not humans, we're gonna tell them not to kill humans. And we're gonna start this. It's gonna be a ball rolling kind of thing. It's gonna get bigger and bigger until everybody's not killing everybody.
So are we untying him?
Well, he hasn't agreed yet. How are you feeling? How are you feeling about being our guide and not murdering us, and we won't murder you? We all get out of the desert together.
Where am I trying to take you to?
Where are there people, human or not? Where is the nearest population center?
Well, there's the big. He's like 4 or 5 days north of here. There's the big goblin camp, the main one.
Are the goblins going to try to kill us?
None of you are dwarves?
No. I mean, Bonica's short, but she's not a dwarf.
Do I look like a dwarf to you?
I mean, probably not right away. They'll at least ask questions first.
Okay, we can work with that. And you're not going to sell us out? I'm going to need somebody else to insight him when I ask him this question.
I wasn't the one negotiating with them. I worked my whole.
26.
The boss was the one who did the negotiating.
Well, yeah, but like when we get there, you're not going to be like, ah, they kidnapped me, kill them immediately.
No, I won't do that.
Okay.
Ollie and Raceland, you believe him.
Does that work for us, guys?
Certainly.
You
I mean-
promise not to fucking kill another one just walking through the canyon like that. If that's fine, then I'll be happy to release him.
We didn't kill you guys anyways. The boss shot your friend in the arm as a
It's
warning.
not my fault that he has got bad aim. It's like undoing the ties.
Can you at least understand why we didn't trust you, as you didn't trust us?
You were shooting us from all angles. There was
Yeah,
no.
I was on the other side, and the boss was on this side.
Oh, you're calling me a boss now. I'm feeling a little bit better about
We heard you guys coming. You weren't quiet coming up the hill.
We
that.
certainly
Well,
were.
we were trying to help.
Had to be.
We were trying to help people. We just didn't know who we were trying to help.
Yeah, we didn't know there was people here.
Aye, now we're helping the people who murdered the people.
All right,
I mean-
we're gonna call this neutral, and everybody's gonna start from fresh. All right, no murders on either side.
You don't happen to have a scarf, do you?
There might be one in the cave.
The cave, you say?
Why don't you show us all your stuff? I mean, your friends aren't using it anymore.
Okay. Can you untie me? I have to open
Yeah,
the cave.
I pull my dagger out and I cut his bonds.
He flinches when you get the dagger.
I
close to
make
him.
a point though not to harm him while I do so.
He kind of rubs his wrists and it's like, come on, walks you over to the cave. Boudica, you're still looking for the cave. He does walk up eventually, and he shows you there's a.
Oh, just because of how crazy it is, I want to say I do have my bow pulled out with an arrow drawn.
Okay. There's a. It looks to be a single rock face, and if you didn't know it was there, you probably would never see it. But there's a gap on the side that you can walk into. It's pretty narrow, but you are all able to squeeze in.
To
Rayson
spare
would
the
like
dying
cover
work on that
everyone,
guy.
and once everyone's gone through, Rayson would go through after he feels like nothing's happened. Even though he believes the human, he just doesn't believe everyone around the human.
Roll a religion check, Boudica. It does. You do feel it working. You see, he's not actually dead. He's the spare the dying holds him from going all the way dead.
I'm gonna cure wounds.
When you do, he kind of like takes a breath and looks up at you and goes, "Did you bring me back just to kill me again? That's
No.
fucked up."
You didn't deserve to die. We were a little gung ho.
Well, yeah, but thanks for not completely killing me.
You want me to give the speech again?
He looks at the other guy and goes, Randall, what's going on? Boss, they're just lost. They just need to get to the Goblin Village. They promised they wouldn't kill us if we help them.
If you help us.
And promise not to try to kill us.
Yes.
If you try to kill us, we'll kill your family. Everyone you know.
Okay.
They're already dead.
De-escalate.
Rislin, for
There's no
five
honor
gods,
in that,
what is wrong
Rislin.
with you?
I'm having a bad day.
Yeah,
I'm
we
sorry.
all are. Doesn't mean you get to, or any of us. All right, let's take a deep breath.
I'm just telling him not to fucking backstab us. Why are you so upset about that, Ali?
Because
Do you
every-
want him to backstab us? Do you want him to
It
kill
was
your
it was
sister?
the it was the part
Like the
about
arrow?
it was the part about hunting down and killing his whole family. Just you could have just left it as, don't backstab us or else menacing glare.
Oh, I like that. Hey, don't backstab us. And I give him a missing glare.
Roll an intimidation check.
I feel like it should be a disadvantage. I'm just saying.
It doesn't need to be.
It doesn't need to be.
Plus
Uh,
0.
Ollie
I
will
give him
go-
this stupid look that kind of
Raceland
looks like.
Rayson looks like he's pushing real hard to poop.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah,
Ollie will go
we were
back
on the
to
same page.
to that other boss guy
Oh
and
my god.
help him stand up. Because Ollie
He,
wasn't the one who killed or who incapacitated. Was the one who held person him.
That was just the man who fucking attacked first.
What's your name?
Tony.
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 Tony, hey Tony.
Great. Do we need anything here, or are we ready to go?
There was
I
supposed to
mean-
be weapons and stuff.
The stuff. Okay. Wasn't sure if we already got to that part or not. So
We don't have a list of stuff yet, so I'm gonna say no.
I'll go up to Tony and be like, in exchange for you giving us weapons and supplies, I can create food and water for you.
All right. Yeah, come on in. What kind of weapons are y'all looking for?
Yeah, I
We got the
wire.
basics.
I already have mine, but if you have any armor, I would appreciate it.
He's like, I got I have one thing of chainmail and I have some leather.
I
got
would
enough
take
leather
it.
for all of you guys, but I have one set of chainmail.
Well, I'd love some leather. Leather.
do you have any
Letter.
shields?
I think we got one buckler around here.
If I
You
could
know, a
get
buckler would only give you a +1, not a +2, like a normal shield.
Right.
He does find one. He's like,
Do
yeah,
they-
I got axes, swords, maces, a couple more bows, some arrows. We're kind of short on arrows, but we got some. I think I
So
have a
there's
crossbow
leather for
over
everybody.
here. Anybody who wants it.
I would definitely want the leather. And I would ask for 15 arrows to get up to 20, if possible.
He's like, yeah. He's like, we got that. That's about all we got left. But yeah,
Oh, I can't actually wear chainmail. I don't
Does
know.
anyone
Can anyone
else
else wear
need-
chainmail?
You don't have medium
No.
armor? Or is it heavy armor?
Chainmail's heavy armor.
It's heavy
Chain
armor.
shirts are medium.
I
I mean, I
see.
can, but I can't fly with it.
Yeah.
Or use, yeah.
I can't wear anything.
Are you guys fine if I take the arrows, or does anyone want arrows?
No, go ahead.
Okay.
I mean, all I got's a dagger. Do you have any? What other kind of weapons do you got?
he says he has swords, axes, maces. He's got some staves, clubs. He's got one crossbow with 5 bolts.
I'll take a a short sword if he's got one.
Yeah. He's got one of those. Additionally, he's got they've got some rations that are relatively fresh. He says they have enough food that they can get everybody up to the camp with food covered.
Do you have enough food? If we're keeping you alive, you got to survive as well. Do you have enough food for yourself if you give us food?
Well, most of the food's going to spoil before we can eat it, so
Then I'd be happy to eat it myself.
And they're coming with us to be. They're going to get jobs somewhere else. We're going to find them jobs.
Right.
If he turns out to be a good boy, we'll give him food, and I don't think we can give him jobs, but maybe he'll find a job.
I mean, I don't know. I don't have my bag of holding anymore. I need somebody to carry my stuff. I don't have any stuff, but I'm going to find cool rocks.
Oh,
When it disappoints me when you're
need-
acting like a saint the whole time, and then we find out you just needed someone to carry your stuff.
He's like, I do have some extra packs. Do you guys need packs?
Yeah.
He goes
Do
and
we need
digs
packs?
through, and he has enough
That's
backpacks because you guys don't even have backpacks. He has backpacks for everybody. He's like,
Wow.
I got 6 backpacks here, and
I love this guy.
well,
I don't even remember why I
he's
was
like-
mad at him.
he's like, this one's whole. These ones kind of got holes or cuts, and then we can probably fix them. I probably got a needle or something around here. We can rip some shirts and make some thread.
You became generous quite quickly.
That sounds like a thing Ali can do.
I apologize that I judge you so harshly, and Saltek will bow to him.
I'm not going to bow, but I will say thank you.
It's fine. We were just trying to scare you away. We didn't know who you were.
Oh, I don't think we've actually introduced ourselves.
Yeah. You guys really should though get your guild badges and get rid of them
I'm
or hide
pretty
them.
sure I ripped mine off and Salty ate his.
You should not carry them at all because they have tracking magic in them.
Oh,
and
fuck.
they can find you.
Dude,
It's inside you now.
I can't.
I will say, Saltic, you nullified the magic when you ate it.
Okay, good. I didn't just
it-
absorb it. Now I'm a beacon for the
That would
fucking
be terrible.
terrorists.
You
I
look
like
on
how
the
we
back
all
of their.
laughed at that.
You look at the back. There's runes carved in them. So when you ate it, you disrupted the runes.
You broke the
Alright.
magical.
I'm just gonna take
do we
mine
n-
and also give it to Saltek. I'm just gonna shove it in his mouth like a
I was
cookie.
gonna say, if we all get that, I would absolutely hand mine to Saltek. It'd be like snacky time.
Everybody's
all
it's
so
like,
kind.
here's your Scooby snack. The bandits do look at you. They're like, you eat metal?
And you eat flesh. And he knocks on his chest and signifying that he's made of metal.
Thinking about it,
I thought that was like
eating
scales.
flesh is creepier.
You do flatter me, but I am not quite as good at blending in as the newer models.
I'd never
As it
seen
were.
a dragonkin before.
I'm a forgekin, actually, just built in their image.
Ah,
Wait, why did you say then dragonkin liars? Or is that just a slang?
that just they were
But you
one of the
have-
ones that fought back in the initial repel, or when the order tried to repel them. They had
I
a bunch
see.
of wizards there, and
So
they
Did
would
you
tell
meet any?
people it was safe to come out and then blow up the buildings they were in if they didn't come out.
I see.
Oh,
Tony, you seem to have been quite taken by Disorder's order.
I mean,
What
we
you-
lived our whole life grinding away. He worked on the docks, and I was a laborer. I did what I could. I was homeless most of the time.
Ollie's gonna stare at him for a moment and try to see, does he recognize him from the times when Ollie was giving food to the homeless or to as charity?
Roll a history check.
Would I recognize them from my travels too?
You can also roll a history check.
Okay.
I'm gonna use my inspiration.
Okay.
23.
Raison's getting pretty mad, by the way. He's not showing it.
Tony doesn't look familiar, but you do look over at the other guy, and you groan. You remember this guy because he's young. He's maybe 20, and you look at his face and you see. You remember throwing a sandwich at this kid's face.
Oh, really?
He's where it all started.
He's the one. We found him.
Oh my god.
The harbinger of the sandwich bandit.
Well,
Does anybody
know that they're-
recognize other than Ollie, or is it just Ollie?
It's just Ollie.
You've been in Centralia. You grew up in Centralia, both of you. And I'm sure you've also experienced some of the charity the temples full of non-human clerics have given. Remember that time. And remember this as we are starting anew. As Gwen, or as Randall said, an eye for an eye leaves the world blind. And I do apologize for getting aggressive earlier.
It's understandable, especially Randall's the one talking. He's like, it's understandable, especially if you didn't know what's been going on because you were in a coma or something. But yeah, the clerics were good to us when Centralia was Centralia, but they were also the first ones to leave after everything started.
Well, apparently their homeland experienced quite a calamity of its own.
Yeah, I remember watching it fall.
Just while you're telling us history of what's been going on, so we know about Disorder and his little human minions. There's another group that's causing chaos. Are they like working with Disorder? Are they working against each other? Are they just two worlds of bad shit going on?
No, they're not really working together. You mean the monsters that are like destroying everything?
Sure, maybe. Or
Yeah.
that's a third thing, maybe. I don't know.
Well, I mean, there's crimes everywhere, but there's a group of terrible monsters just destroying everything.
That sounds right. Yeah.
What kind of monsters?
I don't know. Randall's like, oh, there was that one thing. You know that what do they call it? That thing that lives out here that's like a giant and it sleeps and it's like a giant lizard with spikes on its back.
A
That sounds
stegosaurus?
like a basilisk.
Oh, have you seen any
Dinosaurus?
triceratopses?
No, this thing makes dinosaurs look like ants.
Would I
Trask?
know?
Yes, that thing.
Oh,
gods.
Oh no, it's dead.
Wait, how?
The behemoth ate it.
Oh my fucking gosh, dude, what?
Okay.
Oh, that's sad.
That's awesome to hear. Holy shit.
Is that what Celtic actually says?
No, something a little more
Just be funny.
sophisticated, I assume, but
Breaks
fuck.
character and just says that.
Something more sophisticated. I assume.
Meanwhile, Gwen's over here like, poor Tarask.
Yeah, that like, the terrible evil monster that roams around and destroys stuff when it wakes up and just eats whole mountains or whatever.
No,
Yeah,
we don't know that, but yeah.
That's the one.
The behemoth, one of the monsters, ate it.
Well, it's a good thing we freshly graduated out of the academy. We're surely prepared to be fighting that thing.
I mean,
How'd
I'm
you-
hoping that a Tarrasque will keep him like full for a while, because I don't know what you eat after that. I mean, nothing like that's a big meal, and you're
How's
not going
the-
to find another thing that's like equal to it in. Yeah,
The human's okay with it? Like he's comfortable. The idea of a Tarrasque being eaten.
He just kind of shrugs. He's like, monsters fighting each other is better than monsters destroying us. Like, I heard in the mountains up north that dwarves are dealing with that black phoenix. It was over here for a while, but it got bored.
When he says that, Raceland's eyes narrow at him and puts a knife. Doesn't put it to his throat or anything. He just draws it. And he's kind of thumbing it. And as he's looking at it, he just looks at him and he goes, "Let's say you don't care when the creatures are destroying each other. You only care when the humans die."
Not just the humans. I mean, the black phoenix attacked the humans. It attacked the orcs. It attacked the goblins, and now it's up there harassing the dwarves.
Well, now it sounds like you like orcs. As he looks down at all the dead orcs.
I mean, just because they're attacking us now doesn't mean we didn't. I knew an orc kid when I was little growing up. He was nice.
there we go. Remember, we're all starting fresh. Raceland.
Racing just storms off. A little bit. Like a petulant 17-year-old
He looks down at the group in the valley below. He's like, "We offered them the same thing to you. We told them to leave the cart and they could leave.
Yeah, but
didn't
I mean,
want to."
that was probably their living, and they're the same as you. Like, if they went home empty-handed, and then they'd be destitute and starving the same way that you need stuff, because you'd be destitute and starving, and
You are essentially ruining their lives if they give everything up. You understand that, right?
Yeah, but I mean, those are sea raiders.
I mean,
And
yeah,
what is the difference between a sea raider and a coastal raider?
Well, the orcs have ships that come in and drop off, and any of the carts that get lost and turn around in this valley, we raid and take the stuff up to the goblins.
I see. Yes, well,
Then
I
what do
suppose
the
no
sea
one's culture
raiders
is
do?
innocent, is it?
I'm pretty sure the whole world is pretty fucked right now.
I mean, yeah,
So we're gonna see. I don't think there's gonna be like a clear good guy like that hadn't done any crimes. So I don't think we can like just judge people on, hey, what crimes did you do? Okay,
well,
murder time.
there is that one kid who claims to be a human king that he told everybody to not listen to disorder, but
Oh yeah, we know about that. You know where they are? Okay. Oh, you could join the resistance. Do you want to join the resistance? If you join the resistance, maybe then they'll come and find you, or you can find them. Do you know where to find them?
I mean, there's none on this side of the volcano. There might be some in the orc stronghold on the other side, but I don't know how to get a hold of them. They don't normally take humans.
They're led by a human. You'd think that they would take everybody.
Yeah, the only humans they'll take is if they swear total fealty to that kid king.
Dude, that's not
And
cool.
What would a human
Well,
do with
it's better than
fealty?
fealty to disorder, is it not?
Wait, I just want just to make sure I'm understanding. They're talking about swearing. So they won't. You said they won't take them in. Are you talking about the orcs won't take?
No, the resistance won't take humans unless they've sworn total fealty to the king, to their king. they'll take other races, but they won't take humans unless they've sworn total fealty.
It makes sense in one way. I mean, if you humans are unfortunately being seen as all are supporting disorder, so it's either disorder, like you are loyal to disorder, or you're not. And if you're not, then who is the rightful ruler of humanity?
Why does there have to be a ruler at all?
Because there needs to be law.
Because they're humans.
Civilization.
Yeah, but there doesn't have to be a rule. Like anytime you put one person in charge, there's a lot of room for that one person to become corrupted. Like when you have like a group of people in charge, then there's some balance.
Balance, but there's
like
also
the council of races that used to run the world that chose to lock humanity on an island for 400 years.
Yeah,
look,
that's
I
what
didn't.
was about to say. Corrupt.
Yeah. I'm not saying that was the right way, but I'm just saying, like, at least that had balance within what they were. Yes, they had the whole, but within what they would accept, there was like balance, and kind of the same way with the single king, except that now it's one person's whims that you're basing things off of.
I would say right now we are in a very hostile transitional state for all civilizations. So it makes sense why one is going to be needed right now. In the future, perhaps we can return to a council with checks and balances to make sure that even the council does not go astray for it.
Well, no system is going to be free of corruption. There is always a risk, but I suppose it's better than lawlessness.
Yeah.
Yeah, but in the meantime, I just thought that sounded a little dictatory, like you must swear fealty to me or else die.
Well, he says you have to either pick him or disorder or nobody. And if you're going to pick him, you're going to be loyal to him and his cause.
I mean, there's a difference between loyalty and like unconditional. Yeah, whatever.
Well, maybe if you ever meet him, you can ask him. I'm just going off what I heard.
Okay, so I'm getting warm. Is there anything else in this little place? Have you do you have any incense?
No, I'm afraid we don't. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Are we ready to go?
Wait, what are Randall's like, wait, what are incense?
Sticks that smell pretty when you burn them.
Oh, I got a couple of those.
Well, I'll take those. Ambience.
He pulls out enough that you guys look at it. You could probably get 2 uses for find familiar out of it.
Okay, you can have these ones, and I'll have these ones.
How many drinks? I'll take these. No, we got to find charcoal, and we got to find the herbs.
Wouldn't happen to have any gemstones, would you?
I have basil.
If basil works, basil works.
What gems do you need, Saltec?
Onyx, preferably.
Because the robe of many pockets. Has 10 gems worth 100 gold each.
Holy shit! Can you do all 10?
It's one pull. It's just a bag of gems.
Yeah. So I don't know what's in it.
All the gems are worth 100 GP.
Yeah.
Total. Okay.
It's basically one of each gem. That's the equivalent of 100 GP.
Would that count as one material component?
If it consumes it, yeah.
Okay, yeah. I mean, if you're able to get me that, that'd be cool.
Yeah, I'll pop it off, and so we have I'll give you the onyx that comes out of it, and
Okay.
I'll just keep a hold of the rest.
Were they 100 each, or the total was 100?
They're each worth 100.
Is there a pearl in there for one of us?
Yeah,
All of
yeah.
us?
There's not a pearl. It's like an emerald, a ruby, a sapphire, a diamond.
So there's no pearl.
Yeah, that's all right.
Dang. Well, we are by the coast. Maybe you could get pearls that way.
Which
Oh,
way are we
yeah.
going to these goblins?
I'm going
Inland
kinda
and north.
Then I
So
guess
you're
we
on
should
north.
get on our way.
West.
All right. Yeah, let's
We've
go.
got herbs and we've got incense. All we need is charcoal.
Well, you just get that from Birdie.
We can get charcoal from burning firewood.
Anything. Yeah. We got all the stuff we need to get our animals.
Have we lit a fire yet, though, to create the charcoal?
They have a fire inside, so there's coal.
Okay, so we get the coal.
Yeah.
Mm.
So you guys can cast your familiar.
Quinn, what animal are you thinking about making?
I'm just gonna pull Marshmallow back. However, Marshmallow shows up today.
Isn't Marshmallow a rhinoceros?
No, that's Waffles.
Waffles.
And she's a Triceratops.
A
Have you guys seen any Triceratops in the desert?
Oh yeah, there's a bunch of them out there.
Have you seen a tiny Triceratops in the desert?
There was a babies with one of the herds.
Well, we'll keep an eye out.
I guess I would create a hawk.
Okay.
That way I could observe from like a skydive area what's happening.
Okay. You guys gathered your food. Does one of you cast mending on the packs and fix the packs?
Yeah, I'll do it.
Okay. You fix the packs up. Saltek, they're like, well, if you eat metal, do you want? He has a bunch of like scrap, broken pieces of armor and weapons. He's like, do you just want this stuff?
Sure. It doesn't seem them like the most appetizing, but I also don't starve necessarily, but I'll take it.
Ollie, you feel it pushing back because there's magic in it. But you know that since Saltek can chew them, that if you have Saltek open his mouth, you can run it across one of his teeth and scratch it that way.
I'll do the same thing because I want to keep mine.
Exactly. The twins
What
wanna
are
keep
you
theirs.
trying to do?
They're keeping their guild symbols, but they want to scratch the runes across the back. So they need a magic. They need a magic weapon to.
Yeah, I'll just grab that and like when you get the cream off an Oreo, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, Ollie will keep his symbol, but tuck it and hide it away.
Okay. Well, you guys get prepared to go. They tell you. They ask if you want to stay the night before you leave because it is basically nighttime now. Head out in the morning. Unless you want to travel by night.
We learned not to do that during the guild quest.
I thought it was better because it wasn't as hot. Or was that someplace else?
You won't get eaten by people. So yeah, it's more comfortable, and then you get eaten, and it's less comfortable.
There are many an undead in the Badlands as well.
Yeah. I think it may be best to rest, even if we're gonna have to endure the heat. At least we won't have to deal with the nocturnal beasts.
You could do it. Tony says you can do a split too, where we leave early in the morning as the sun's coming up. So you miss most of the nocturnal beasts, and then when it starts to get hot, we rest, and then when it starts to cool off, we take off again and go until it gets dark.
That's what we usually do.
And that's
Yeah,
a good
sounds
idea.
like a good plan.
Yeah, it'll still take us about 4 or 5 days to get there, depending on the route, but we can do it. And we'll guide you there. It's not the easiest route, but
How many
there's not really roads up there or anywhere around here.
How many horses do we get through that robe of useful items? There's one or two.
I don't think there's any horses in it, is there? There might be one.
Yeah, there's a horse and then 2 mastiffs. And a boat.
I guess if you only got one, we can't exactly be carrying Saltec.
You do think if you
Again?
spent a day repairing this cart, you could make it functional? And a single horse could pull this cart as long as you didn't overload it. But they did say there's not good roads in the direction you're going, so
I think we may just need to leave it for now. And come across
It sort
other-
of seems like it'll make us a target.
Yeah.
I did raise the ghoul. It can carry shit.
Not creepy.
Well, give it some time. Perhaps I don't have my embalming equipment with me anymore, but leave it in the sun for a time and it might dry up some.
No, I don't want to see that.
all right. Well, let's end there, guys, and we'll pick up with you guys taking off with your tour guides next week.
Right
It's
on.
great to be back, everybody.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was great. Thanks, DM.
Yep.
No,
Never.
Good night,
Thanks for
everybody.
playing.
I'll see you guys later.
Appreciate it.